Welcome back. Missiology II, Lecture 5, Part B. Our countries, Jamaica and Japan. Jamaica, man. There it is. Where it's located, take a look. Third largest island in the Caribbean, after Cuba and Hispaniola. Population 2.7 million. The capital is Kingston. Official language is English. 97% of the population speak Jamaican Creole, though, but I mean the official language is English. So you could get by there with English. Tourism, and they got bauxite and agriculture, main revenue sources. Income per person is 11% of the USA, so not doing too good. Look at the history of it. This country finds itself in the midst of a moral and social collapse. Powerful South American drug cartels using Jamaica as a transshipment point for cocaine destined for the USA wield great influence. Yeah, there's a lot of drugs in Jamaica. This fuels violence, putting Jamaica fourth globally for murders per capita. What a lovely thing. It enjoys one of the world's highest number of churches per square mile. Jamaica. But the majority of self-proclaimed Christians in Jamaica neither attend church nor lead a Christian life. A lot of church buildings, I guess we could say. The Rastafarians began as a protest movement that mixed Christian beliefs with black consciousness ideas and deified the Ethiopian Emperor Haile Selassie, whatever his name is. They are well known for their reggae music and use of ganja, marijuana, Mary Warner, as well as for their nonviolent peace and love philosophy. Red, red wine! They have considerable influence in Jamaica and have spread to Europe and North America. When I see someone that's got the do, what do we call it, dreadlocks, tries to be like this, I just think of them, they're a pot smoker. That's what they are. They smoke pot. They want to just kind of idolize these Rastafarians. It's all based upon their smoking pot, to me. Freedom of religion there in Jamaica. Jamaica is look at the chart to the right, is predominantly a Christian nation. Now those that are Christian, the majority are Protestant or independent. However, the largest individual church group in Jamaica is Seventh-day Adventists. Look at it. Top of the list above the Catholics.
That's because they want a big vacation there.
I hope they're not smoking ganja. Seventh-day Adventists. Okay. 28% of Jamaicans claim to be evangelical. Wow. And we had some Jamaicans in our church services a while ago. There are 16 independent Baptist missionaries known to be serving in Jamaica. Oh, that's a lot. This gives a ratio of 1 per 170,000 people. Not a bad ratio. I mean, it's not perfect, but not a bad ratio compared to 1.7 million to 1.
Okay. That's where Brother Lawson's father was a missionary.
Okay. Lawson's father there. Okay, so Jamaica is something to consider. Definitely. How about Japan? Oh, Japan's good to go. Oh, this is an eye-opener to me. Look at the picture of the map as I read. They got four large islands, 3,000 small islands in the Northwest Pacific. Population 127 million. Capital is Tokyo, Yokohama combination. Okay, it's the largest. 36 million. That's going to be the largest, guys. Other major cities: Osaka, Kobe, Nagoya, Fukuoka, Sapporo, Sendai, Hiroshima, Kyoto. Look at life expectancy. Almost 83 years on average. Wow. Literacy is 100%. Official language, Japanese. One of the world's most powerful export-oriented economies despite lack of natural resources and oil. However, public debt is close to 200% of GDP. And go on a little bit lower. The low birth rate and aging population are major societal and economic concerns for the future. The world's third largest economy, but rocked by recessions in recent years. Income per person, about 81% of USA. It's fallen some. But look at, they have a low birth rate and an aging population. What do you think's happening? So you got not too many kids. Population under 15 years, look up there, is 13%. Some countries it's 40 or 50%. Freedom of religion is guaranteed to all by the Constitution in Japan. All right. Over 70% of Japanese claim no personal religion, but the majority follow the demands of idolatrous and ancestor-venerating Buddhism and rituals of polytheistic Shintoism. That's not in red. You can thank me later. Historically, Japanese identity is deeply tied to Shintoism. That's in red. And formal disassociation from this connection is extremely difficult because the whole culture, I've heard, is based upon this.
Yeah.
Shintoism, maybe some Buddhism in there. Many also follow some of the hundreds of newer religion movements that are offshoots. The main ones, Soka Gakkai, have 10 million. I'm not going to even try that. 5.5 million. Saiko no Lei, 3.7 million. Scores of new religions are started each year, many based on the cult, worship of extraterrestrial aliens, and so on. Their excesses, mind control, and brainwashing are well documented. Therefore, figures cannot adequately show the multiple religious loyalties of the Japanese, which could be described as 24% are involved with new religions, 85% involved with Buddhism, and 90% with Shinto, meaning you can be involved with new religions, but you're also part of Shinto. A recent poll indicates that 3% identify themselves as Christian, and 10% see Christianity as a viable religion for themselves. Next, Japan's own leaders call it a superpower without a moral compass. Look at this, this is strange. This is most notable among young people who struggle with particular challenges such as social phobia or social anxiety called hikikomori. They have a suicide epidemic. They have over 30,000 a year of young people. And then bullying and teenage prostitution. And it sounds like they don't have that many youth, and the youth they have sound like they're pretty messed up. Well, look at our youth.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
The percentage of the aged in Japan's population is rapidly increasing, faster than any other nation, with one of the world's lowest birth rates and highest life expectancies. So what about that? Well, they're alive longer, get them saved.
What's life expectancy in the U.S.?
It's about 78, 79, I think.
So it's higher there.
Yeah. Might be a little bit lower. I thought it was like 74. When I look at the obituaries in the OMAC Chronicle, most of those ages are well below 74. Once I see
That's all, Mac.
That's OMAC, yeah. A little rougher life here. Quasi-Christian groups such as JWs and Mormons have grown far faster than evangelicals or Catholics, and are the largest and most visible Christian presence in many areas. So I wrote, Jehovah's Witnesses are the largest Christian group in Japan, other than Catholic. Look at the list.
Christian.
So you got Jamaica with Seventh-Dayers, and Japan, I would not have guessed that in a long time, but JWs are, other than Catholic, they're top. Why is that? Because they've gone in there. Just a half of 1% of Japan's population claims to be evangelical. At least 70% of all churches have an average attendance of less than 30. On average, women attenders outnumber men 7 to 1. There are 24 big cities in Japan with no church at all, no gospel-type church at all. Of the 1,000 towns and villages, 595 have no church. I'm not talking independent Baptists here. Anything regarding, I guess, evangelical. Thus, over 50% of Japanese towns have no church of any kind. So that's a big need. Who's going to Japan? And their standard of living, my brother lived there for a number of years. It's not bad. He lived in Kobe. Had the big earthquake, but they lived very well. Of course, Caterpillar was paying for nice homes. Christian, look at this one. This is an odd thing. Christian music, particularly black gospel choirs, has an enthusiastic following in Japan. Many non-Christian Japanese sing in black gospel choirs. Hallelujah Gospel Family is a growing network of 35 gospel choirs with over 600 members. Weird. Like when I was in Italy, there was an Elvis surge in the 90s. They all wanted to look like Elvis. That's weird. There are 68 independent Baptist missionaries serving there. That gives you a ratio of 1 for 1.8 million people. Who's going to Japan?